Spencer Ross with One Step Forward, and I hope you've been well. Things happen and there are noises made that you just have to make another video. So let's get started. I hope you're well. I hope this finds you well. So I finished that Children's Hunger Fund, and I had a great time. The San Fernando Valley cheer team was there, a church group was there, some individuals were there, maybe some smaller groups, but they were all there. They were all contributing. They could all help. How? Well, there were some little kids there, a set of twins. It was really cute. They were probably 6. Their head didn't even get to the table yet. How can they help? Well, they can help mom go back and forth so she doesn't have to go get a can of beans. Get the thing that says BEAN or the brown can. Okay, there was a guy on crutches. How is he going to take a box and walk back and forth? Some of the boxes were heavy. He doesn't need to do that. He can stand at a table and check boxes. So what we were doing there is we were taking the boxes off the pallets, opening them up, and checking them to make sure everything was in there. Perfect. Easy day. Well, I've worked with pallets before. The plastic wrapping around the pallets, if you don't have a tool to get that apart, if you're trying to get it all off at the same time, it's not going to work. I know that if you take a little bit of a handful at a time and you just weave your hands in there, you rip off little chunks, you can get it accomplished. Are we trying to get everything done at once, or are we taking that one step at a time to build that relationship? And every time we interact with someone, we're just trying to build that relationship. Just say hi to them. Just say hi. Took me 3 months to get a guy to say hi back. Okay, took 3 months saying hi to him every time I saw him. And now we talk often. Okay. So that's what we could do. We did it for 2 hours. It seemed like time flew. It was great. We were productive. We got what they needed done. A bunch of people are going to be helped. So I've been taking a little bit of a break and doing my normal videos, and I'm making some comments about certain things, whether it's the political season, there's some layoffs going on, whether it's in America or around the world. It's winter time. Some places are starting to get into summer. There's always something happening. There's a calendar for you personally. There's a calendar that's a January through December calendar. There is a fiscal year calendar. There's a government calendar. There is a task talent calendar. If you're trying to put shelves together, okay, I'm going to save money to get the shelves. I'm going to put the shelves together. After you get all those shelves done, maybe you take a break. Cool. So you put rest on your calendar. Do you have another project to do in your garage or wherever after that? Maybe. So while that project is going forward, there's a little calendar for that. There's a start and there's a finish. We want to finish our tasks. All right. So what? Cool. Keep it simple. Who, what, when, where, why, how. All right. Why? Why keep it simple? Because when you're lost, when you're struggling, when it's this time of year and you feel alone, or maybe you feel alone other times of year, keep it simple. Who? How are you acting? You are somebody's who. Well, I'm alone, Spencer. Okay, then go be someone's who. Go pack boxes. Go serve the homeless. Go visit someone. Go say hi to your neighbors. Be someone's who. Just because someone doesn't call you doesn't mean they don't think about you. Maybe they're too embarrassed to call you. Maybe you're too embarrassed to call them. You are someone's who. So how are you acting? Are you treating people good? If someone hates you, you're still someone's who. So now what are you doing? You are someone's who, though. You are. As alone as you feel, you're someone's who. So how are you acting? What? You're someone's what? When you're doing a project, when you're in the store, the grocery store, oh man, who put this cereal box here? I know I got a cereal. I got Grape Nuts Flakes, my favorite cereal. It's not at home. I forgot it in the store somewhere. All right, so I just gone to a funeral. Well, I need my Grape Nuts Flakes. I don't know where they are. They're definitely not here. So I think I accidentally put them down in the store somewhere. So I became someone's who. And what is this doing here? All right, it's not exactly the what I wanted to be, but what am I creating? Am I creating a nonprofit, Forever Found, so I can help people? Am I creating a job so I can then employ people, because then I become so busy that I can start mentoring people and start employing them? When? When am I doing this? When are we doing this? When are we going to get started in leadership? We were doing something yesterday. Every interaction with someone is leadership. It can be bad leadership, it can be good leadership, and it can be blah leadership. Okay, so when are we going to do it? When are we going to start being good leaders? When are we going to start being mentors? When are we going to start being artists? When are we going to start that project we've been thinking about? We've got a dream, let's go out and do it. Where? Where are you planning it? Are you planning it at your house? Your home? Personal growth? So you're reading stuff? You can do a lot of different things, different places. You've got a phone, you've got a library, you've got interactions with neighbors, interaction with the public. Wherever they are, your family. Where are you doing this? Where are you doing your leadership? While I was at Children's Hunger Fund, started asking people's names. Then it went to, what do you do? Started talking stories. We were standing there in silence, which is okay. We didn't talk too much. Some people didn't want to talk. Some people didn't speak English. But yes, the person who doesn't speak English can help me tape my box together, because I can ask her for help, right? I can use some sort of sign language. Oh, she's got the tape. She can figure it out. She's smart. Oh, your box needs to be taped. Put the tape on. Awesome. But where am I doing that? Well, I'm doing it at Children's Hunger Fund. I'm doing it down the street. I'm visiting someone at the old folks home. And if old folks home isn't the right term anymore, I apologize. Why? You are someone's why. I get so angry when I see that guy. Why? Because he's a jerk. All right, so I'm going to nice him to death. Or I'm going to give him back a little bit of what he's given, because he's a bully. We're someone's why. Are we being a positive, or are we being a negative? If we're being a negative, we need to knock it off. Are we taking feedback? Are we trusting in that feedback? Maybe the person who's giving us feedback is toxic. Maybe they're correct in their observation. Maybe they're saying it in a mean way. But why? So how are we responding? How? How are you doing it? How are we doing it? When I order something on the phone, am I being nice to the person who I'm talking to on the phone? Well, they said something dumb. Okay, am I being patient with them? I am someone's how. How are they hearing me? How am I hearing them? How are they seeing me? How am I seeing them? I have an impact on people. You have an impact on people. So what? Let's cover that at the end. Abilities. You have abilities. We have abilities. Are we using them? Are we accomplishing things? Are we going out and getting stuff done? Well, Spencer, I have no abilities. You can speak. Can you write? Can you read? Can you edit someone's work? I've been asked to edit a book. I'm working on it. Am I the best? No. But it's another pair of eyes to be like, hey, this sentence doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh, I've read it 20 times and I've never caught that. I've read published books. I'm like, there's a grammar error. Not in a jerkish way, but I know that they've corrected it probably 100 times. And, in all those corrections, it gets missed. I turn in a presentation for work. After the presentation's submitted, dang it, I misspelled that word. You are bright in your personality and in your thoughts. Well, Spencer, I'm not bright in my personality. Then maybe you need to change. Maybe that's what you need to work on. And if you're bright in your personality, are we being sensitive to the people who don't want a bright person early in the morning because they're not a morning person? Maybe they are more appreciative of you being bright later in the morning and then in the afternoon. Are we being annoying to people in the evening time when they're a morning person and they're starting to wind down and we've still got that let's go energy? You're bright in thought. Are you giving your opinion? When we see something wrong, are we going, hey, I think there's a better way, and here's what I think it is. And it takes courage and it takes time to be able to articulate that. You have composure. So are you resolving conflict between you and between yourself and other people? Between other people at work? Hey man, let's go out for coffee. Let's just talk. Sit down, you're talking. Hey, I saw you struggling with Bobby. What's going on? Whatever the case may be, you have composure. And if you don't, are you working on it? You are dedicated. So what are we? That's right, all of these are we. What are we working through? What are we? Maybe we have to plan. Maybe we have to make that plan and put out the steps so that we are dedicated and it's easier to follow what we need to do. If you're trying to read a book, I don't know how many chapters I should read. Well, maybe the chapters are big. Maybe you want to read the book in a year. All right, so maybe I should start reading 3 pages a day. Well, that's too short. All right, so finish your 3 pages and maybe adjust. Maybe it's 4 pages a day. Set something. Be dedicated. Complete it. I want to fix my credit score. Awesome. What do I need to do? I need to write down in my phone 2 days beforehand when my credit card bill is due so I can make sure I get that paid. Efficient. Are we efficient? Are we efficient taking a nap? Are we efficient explaining instructions to someone? Are we efficient painting a wall? Are we efficient building a relationship? Whatever it may be, are we efficient? I could keep going. I stopped at efficient A, B, C, D, E. Keeping it simple. Why did I stop there? So what? The reason why I stopped there is this video could be a long time. I don't know if it could be an hour. I almost said an hour, but who knows? Who knows? But every day we are affected by some of these words. We are affected by some of these things because we are our what, our who, our when, our where. I'm here. I'm choosing to make a video. I'm choosing to make notes. I'm choosing to plan the time. I'm going to cook dinner soon. Steak night. All right. I don't have to think about it at all. I've done it 100 times now. Cool. Am I cooking the steak right? Am I paying attention so I don't light the barbecue on fire? I'm going to ask my roommate, does he want fries or tater tots tonight? I don't care. I'm going to have French fries. But am I being responsive to what he wants if I'm cooking dinner? So what? Because I want him to like the meal, right? I want to be happy. I want him to be happy. I want the people I interact with to be happy. I want the people I interact with to be nicer. I want the people I interact with to be whatever. If I'm someone's who, am I being a negative or a positive? If I'm being someone's what, am I being a negative or positive? If I have abilities, am I bringing up the group or bringing it down? If I'm dedicated, am I being dedicated on only my projects or am I being dedicated on everybody's project? If I see a toxic person, I'm probably not the only one who thinks they're toxic. Am I mentoring them so they can be sweeter? Whatever the case may be, you are amazing. Are you acting like it? Are we acting like it? What are we doing? So I wanted to break it down. I wanted to keep it simple. Who, what, when, where, why, how, so what. And then I started going through some words. Abilities, bright, composure, dedicated, efficient, and then the list keeps going on. I just chose one word in the A's. All right. How many more words are there? You're affectionate? Awesome. You've been there, done that, so that you can help people walk through an issue. My mom found out someone had cancer. She was the first one at the door. Lady opened the door, and my mom said, I've been there. They have more information now than when I went through this. You can beat this. They cried together and they talked. I went to a funeral. I was there. What are you doing? What are we doing? What are we accomplishing? So it's December 2023. Are we getting ready to finish the year well? It's pretty much over. Every time, let's take that extra step. Whether it's taking a proper nap, planning right. I talk about naps a lot. Let's be well rested so that when we are agitated, we're a little bit nicer. When we have that ability, we're a little bit clearer in the thought so that we can articulate our vision better. You are a leader of yourself. How are you leading? Spencer Ross is One Step Forward. Have a great week.